In a quiet town, where green fields kissed gentle hills, lived a 16-year-old boy named Sami. He was kind, polite, and bright. His father, Mr. Nasser, was a respected schoolteacher, and his mother, Amin, a wise and caring woman, often reminded him, "Be careful who you choose as friends. My son, a friend can lift you to the skies or drag you down into the darkness." Sami would always smile and reply, "Don't worry, mother, I know who to trust." But life was about to teach him the true weight of those words. When Sami finished middle school with top grades, he moved to a large high school in the city. It was his first time away from his small village, his family, and everyone who knew him. The city was a whirlwind of noise, crowds, and unfamiliar faces, and at first he felt utterly alone. But soon he met a group of boys who seemed bursting with energy and friendliness. Their leader was Khalid, a confident, funny, and daringly rebellious boy. His friends, Reed and Mazan, followed him everywhere, their loud laughter echoing through the school hallways as they broke small rules for what they called fun. Sami, being polite and quiet, stood out to them. One day, Khalid casually threw his arm around Sami's shoulders and said, "Hey, Sami, you're too serious. Life's short. Man, you should enjoy it. Come hang out with us." It seemed harmless enough. Sami joined them a few times, and their jokes made him laugh. He didn't realize that this laughter was the first step down a very dangerous path. Weeks turned into months, and Sami began to change. He started staying out later than he was supposed to. His homework went unfinished, and he found himself laughing at things he once would have found wrong. His afternoons were now spent at a small cafe near the school, a place where Khalid and his friends would smoke and make jokes about everything and everyone. The first time Khalid offered him a cigarette, Sami refused, but Khalid just smirked. "Come on, just one puff. Don't be a kid. Be a man," he taunted. All eyes were on Sami, waiting. "So, e tu italiano?" He coughed and choked while the others laughed and cheered. That night, Sami felt a strange, baseless pride. He thought he had finally grown up, but deep down, something precious was fading away. His innocence, the changes, didn't go unnoticed at home. His grades plummeted, his eyes were perpetually tired, and his clothes carried the lingering smell of smoke. One evening, his father approached him gently. "Sami, my son, is something bothering you at school?" Sami couldn't meet his father's gaze. "No, father. Everything's fine," he mumbled. His father sighed, his voice full of concern. "You were once a bright light, Sami. Don't let shadows cover it." Sami remained silent, but a sharp ache pierced his heart. The very next day, he met Khalid, who whispered excitedly, "We're planning something fun tonight. There's a small shop nearby. We'll sneak in, grab some snacks, and leave." Just for a laugh, Sami's eyes widened in disbelief. "That's stealing." Khalid just laughed loudly, a dismissive sound that cut deep. Sami hesitated. His conscience screamed no, but the fear of being branded a coward by his new friends was stronger. And so, with a heavy heart, he agreed. It was a dark, quiet evening. They crept behind the shop, and with surprising ease, Mazan broke the small lock. They slipped inside, their whispers and giggles swallowed by the darkness. Khalid started grabbing bottles. Reed went for the cash drawer, but Sami just stood there, frozen, his heart pounding like a drum against his ribs. "Come on, take something," Khalid hissed. "Don't just stand there." Sami's hand shook as he numbly picked up a few items. Suddenly, the lights flashed on. The shop owner stood at the door, his voice booming. "Stop right there." In a flash, Khalid and the others darted out the back door, leaving a trail of chaos behind them. But Sami, clumsy with panic, tripped and fell. Moments later, the sharp wail of a siren filled the air. The police arrived, and Sami was caught, utterly and completely alone. At the police station, Sami sat in a cold, silent room, tears streaming down his face. His mother's voice echoed relentlessly in his mind. A bad friend will drag you into the darkness. When his father arrived the next morning, the look on his face was one of utter devastation. "Sammy," he said, his voice trembling, "I never thought I'd see you here. You have no idea how much this hurts me." Sammy's sobs grew harder. He wished the ground would open up and swallow him whole. But then something unexpected happened. The shop owner, a kind, elderly man, after hearing Sammy's story from his heartbroken father, decided not to press charges. Instead, he offered a path to redemption. "I sighed gently, let the boy work for me this summer. Let him learn what honesty and hard work truly mean." And so, instead of punishment, Sammy was given a second chance. For the entire summer, Sammy worked in that small shop. He cleaned the floors, meticulously arranged the shelves, and greeted every customer with a quiet politeness. At first, the townspeople looked at him with suspicion, their whispers following him down the aisles. But he didn't complain. Ihust work, day by day, through his consistent effort and genuine remorse, he began to regain their trust. The shop owner would often tell him, "Mistakes can either destroy you or build you it. All depends on whether you learn from them." Sammy took those words to heart, working harder than ever, determined to rebuild the life he had almost thrown away. When the summer ended, his father visited him at the shop. He saw his son, no longer a boy lost in shadows, but a young man, focused and responsible, helping a customer with a smile. When Sammy turned and met his father's eyes, a silent understanding passed between them. Both of them smiled. "I'm proud of you," his father said quietly. "Thank you for not giving up on me," Sammy replied, his voice thick with emotion. When school started again, Sammy made a choice. He walked right past Khalid and his gang without a word. He found his old friend, Omar, one who had tried to warn Haman, sat next to him. Omar smiled warmly. "You've come back, my friend," he said. Sammy nodded, a newfound wisdom in his eyes. Sometimes we need to fall to understand the value of standing tall. He dedicated himself to his studies, avoided trouble, and slowly but surely rebuilt his reputation. Years later, Sammy graduated from university and became a teacher, just like his father. On his very first day in his own classroom, he stood before his students and shared a piece of his soul. "My dear students," he began, his voice steady and clear, "not all laughter comes from real friends. Some people will make you laugh today, only to make you cry tomorrow. Be careful who you walk with, because the wrong friend can destroy everything you've worked so hard for." The classroom was silent, every student captivated by the raw honesty in his words. His lesson came not from a book, but from the heart. A true friend will stop you from doing wrong, not encourage it. Bad friends might make you feel strong for a moment, but they will leave you weak and alone in the end. Remember that every choice has a price, so choose your company wisely. Trust is fragile. Once it's broken, it takes time, honesty, and a lot of hard work to rebuild. The road of bad friendship always begins with one small, seemingly harmless step, but it can easily lead to a lifetime of regret. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more content that makes you think. See you in the next one.